If your Honda is experiencing a vibrating or loose rearview mirror, do not replace the entire mirror assembly or try to tighten the mounting screw until you check the metal mounting slug bonded to the glass. You might assume the mirror housing is simply loose or that a plastic clip has snapped, but the real issue is much deeper and involves the structural bond between the metal and the windshield itself. We are going to explain why the obvious fix of tightening the mirror won't work, what the real underlying manufacturing defect is, and exactly what it costs to actually fix it correctly. Many drivers first notice this problem as a subtle vibration in the reflection while driving at highway speeds or over rough pavement. It often progresses to a point where the mirror feels wobbly when you try to adjust your viewing angle, making it difficult to keep the reflection steady. In some extreme cases, owners have reported the entire mirror assembly simply falling off the windshield while the car is in motion. When this happens, the metal mounting piece, often called the slug, usually stays attached to the mirror base rather than remaining glued to the glass where it belongs. This specific issue appears to affect several major Honda models from 2022 through 2025, including the Honda Civic, the Honda Odyssey, and the 2023 through 2025 Honda Accord. Honda is actively investigating these reports because the failure involves the factory adhesive used during the windshield manufacturing process. If you own one of these newer models, you should be aware that this is not a common wear and tear item, but a specific data collection priority for the manufacturer's quality action team. When diagnosing this, there is a critical distinction you need to make to ensure you are addressing the right problem. This investigation focuses specifically on the bond between the metal mounting slug and the glass surface. If your mirror is loose because of the internal spring or the connection between the mirror base and the bracket, that is a separate mechanical issue. You can tell the difference by looking at the glass after the mirror falls. If the metal piece is still firmly attached to the windshield, it is likely a mirror assembly failure. If the metal piece is gone and you see a clean spot or jagged adhesive residue on the glass, you are dealing with the specific manufacturing defect currently under review. A detached or loose rearview mirror is more than just an annoyance. It is a genuine safety concern for modern Honda owners. Beyond the obvious loss of rearward visibility, these vehicles are equipped with the Honda Sensing Suite, which relies on cameras and sensors mounted near the upper portion of the windshield. A vibrating or loose mirror housing can interfere with the camera's field of view or cause vibration in the housing that houses these sensitive electronics. If the mirror falls completely, it can distract the driver or even physically damage the dashboard and center console during its descent. American Honda Motor Company has instructed dealership service departments to look for these specific cases to better understand the root cause of the adhesive failure. They are currently in a search and collect phase for failed parts. This means if you take your vehicle in for this issue, the dealer is often required to contact the quality action team before attempting any repairs. Honda engineers want to examine the failed windshields and mounting slugs to determine if the issue stems from a batch of contaminated glass or a flaw in the bonding agent used on the assembly line. On various owner forums and platforms like Reddit, drivers have shared frustrating experiences with this failure. Some owners noticed the shaking for weeks before it finally gave way, often attributing it to loud music or stiff suspension. Others have reported that the failure happened shortly after the vehicle was parked in direct sunlight on a hot day, suggesting that heat might play a role in weakening the faulty adhesive bond. A common thread in these discussions is the surprise of seeing the metal slug still stuck inside the mirror mount once it hits the floor. If you find yourself in this situation, do not attempt to glue the mirror back on using an over-the-counter rearview mirror adhesive kit from an auto parts store. Modern windshields have specific coatings and structural requirements, and an aftermarket glue may not hold the weight of the mirror and the associated sensor covers permanently. More importantly, using a DIY fix might prevent Honda from performing a proper warranty repair or collecting the data they need to issue a formal recall. If the bond has failed, the official repair direction usually involves replacing the entire windshield assembly to ensure the mounting point is factory secure. Because the repair typically requires a full windshield replacement and recalibration of the Honda sensing system, the costs can be significant if the vehicle is outside of its bumper-to-bumper warranty period. For an independent glass shop to replace the windshield with high-quality glass and perform the necessary camera aiming, you can expect a total cost of approximately $950 to $2,300. If you take the vehicle to a certified Honda dealership for an OEM windshield and factory recalibration, the total estimate will likely land between $1,600 and $2,100, depending on your local labor rates. Have you experienced a shaky or falling rearview mirror in your late model Honda? Tell us about your experience in the comments, and please like and subscribe to stay updated on the latest automotive reliability news.